Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, Pennies and Salt. Today is gonna be a little bit different than my normal videos. I'm just gonna be doing some talking hands as and I'm just gonna be showing you a flip through and a look inside the living art lessons, the 7 elements from Masterbooks. I wanted to do an actual art curriculum this year with my kids, and I saw this on the website and it looked simple enough, but at the same time it looked like it would be a great starting point for teaching the elements of art to my kids, because in the past we have done, you know, like Art Hub for Kids and different projects that are in our other curriculums that we use that do cross-curricular type things. But I just really wanted something, I wanted them to have that foundation of learning the elements of art. So I chose this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So it's not very thick, first of all. We will probably only do this one day a week is my plan. But here you see the table of contents and the different elements that you'll be doing and when. So we have lines, shapes, color, value, texture, form, and space. So there is a word to the teacher, a word to the student. I like that it relates it to a Bible verse there. And then it has all of the supplies that you're going to need for this curriculum. This is another reason why I went with this, because I don't feel like you have to have all kinds of art supplies to be able to achieve a pretty good arts course. And some of the other ones that I looked at, they're really great curriculums, but once I started adding in all the supplies into my cart on the art supplies website, because it was actually cheaper there than Amazon. Once I started adding all of those supplies in for the other curriculum that I was looking at, it was going to be like $200. I'm a mom of 6 kids. 4 of them are school age. So it was going to be really, really expensive just for the supplies alone. And I just really didn't want to spend that on elementary art. So I liked that it was a basic art kit. So colored pencils, fine tip markers, crayons, colored chalk, mixed media sketch pad, erasers, pencil sharpener, scissors, glue, ruler, construction paper, and a portfolio. Okay, and that can even be just like a large pocket folder. So, and then it has tips for preparing everything. And then it has scavenger hunt supplies, the things that you'll need for that. Now, it also refers to an artist journal a lot in here. You can buy the art journal that goes with this. Again, if I had bought that for all of my children, it would have been really expensive, and I just didn't want to spend that. So we are going to make our own art journal. So I don't feel like we're going to need this, because everything is really well outlined in this course. You won't necessarily need a journal, but the journal looked really good if that is something that you're interested in. So the first thing, like I said, you're going to do observing lines, and it's going to go over basic straight lines, thick, thin, solid, broken, and parallel lines, and basic curvy lines. So it goes over the straight lines here, and it has you look at some different pieces of art, or, you know, some different art techniques, I should say. And then the different curvy lines and all the different types of curvy lines there are. And then thick, thin, solid, broken, and parallel lines. What are the differences? It has you ask those questions, which I think is really great because you're getting that feedback. And then it has them looking at the pictures. Can you find the parallel lines in these 2 pictures? Remember, they are just straight lines. And so again, it asks you to look in your artist journal, but again, we're not doing that artist journal. So that's okay. We will be just exploring. I will just have them, you know, I will just have them experiment with the different lines and using the different lines in just some basic art that I want them to do in their journals that week. So that's the first 2 weeks. This third week, you are actually looking at Pablo Picasso. And you learn about the different periods. And then you're going to create your own Picasso pet. So this is where the actual art project about the lines that you've been learning about come into play here. And so it is step by step, which I really like. And then it's going to talk about lines in nature for the next week. And you're going to do a line scavenger hunt and do some jellyfish lines, which is another little art project. And these art projects just look really fun. I love how it's all very step by step. The next week you do a yarn line foil design, which turns out really neat looking. And then you're going to move into observing shapes. So I'm going to go just a little bit quicker through here. There's positive and negative shapes. Goes over what that is, having you look and identify different shapes. There's some little positive and negative shape projects here. Vincent van Gogh is your next artist. Again, shapes in nature. And then people and proportions. And shape scavenger hunts. And then you're going to do potato prints, which I think the kids will really enjoy that as well, making their own stamps and doing that kind of thing. And then making a snowy painting. Okay, and then we have observing color. So primary, secondary, and tertiary colors, warm and cool colors, and complementary colors. And they're going to do, I'm going to have them do a color wheel for their artist journal. And we will probably do this kind of thing, doing the mixing of colors, basic tertiary colors, warm and cool colors. And then there's some more art to look at. Talks about Impressionism. And then you're going to look at Norman Rockwell as your artist. Okay, so then the art project is to create your own Rockwell here. And then again, colors in nature. And experimenting with the warm and cool. This looks like such a fun project. I'm excited about this and getting in on this with them, because I just sit down right with them anytime we do art or crafts or anything like that. I sit right down with them and I do it with them. This looks like it's going to be a neat project. And then the colorful water painting. Then you're going to talk about observing value. Okay, and so this is something that will be really easy to do in their art journal. Just having them start with their primary color, add a drop of white, add another drop, so on and so forth. But just for them to kind of experiment and learn about value. Okay, and then they're going to learn about shading. So I'll probably have them experiment with this kind of stuff. I'll probably have them just draw a circle and to do the shading on that, or to shade a shadow behind it, something simple like that. And then you're going to learn about Mary Cassatt. And they're going to create their own cassette. And then again, in looking at all the things in nature, jungle drawing, using value. That is so cool. Okay, see, I'm super excited. Okay, and so the rest of this I am going to just flip through. And this is observing texture. So I'm just going to kind of go through this pretty quickly. Observing form talk about 2D and 3D here. And shading and shadow. Maybe I'll wait for the shading and shadow stuff until we get to here then. That's good to know. Michelangelo. Creating your own Michelangelo. Create a paper tree. That looks fun. Hardening clay. And see, and you make your own hardening clay. This is not something you're gonna have to buy, but it's also fun for them to be able to make their own. So I really like this. All the clay creations. And then observing space. And I think this is the last section. Talking about perspectives and things like that. Oh, Grandma Moses is the artist here. And I am just so excited about this. I think that this just looks fabulous. I think this is going to be really easy to implement as well, because I did want something that was easy to implement. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys today. And I would love if you would stick around. So push that like button and push that subscribe button, and I will see you on future videos. If there is anything else that I shared in my curriculum videos, first of all, I will link those down in the description below. But if there is anything else in those curriculum videos that you would like me to share, I will definitely do that. I meant to do this a lot earlier, so I apologize. But I hope that this was helpful today, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks so much, guys, and have a blessed day.